Hey everyone, today we're hitting glutes. I'm going to walk you through a 4 exercise workout and it's going to be awesome. So we're starting out with some Bulgarian split squats. These are my least favorite, which is why I'm starting with them first. And as you can tell, I'm starting with no weight and I'm just kind of getting a feel for the motion, which is going to be kind of a scooping motion, contrary to what most people think is like up and down. But real quick, I'm going to go over how to wrap your weight. So as you saw, I put the wraps underneath the weight. And what I'm doing is I'm wrapping it around until I have no more wrap left all the way around the weight. And then I'm just making sure it's nice and tight and pulling that weight back up. All right, now we have some weight in our hands. So now let's go over some of these form techniques. Number 1 is keeping that spine nice and neutral. So I drew this line out so you could see how I'm falling into that line with every single rep. The second one is more of a swooping motion. So contrary to what a lot of people think, they kind of see the up and down. As you can see from the side view, it's going to be better for your glute activation if you think of it as a swooping. You're also going to want to sit back and have that forward lean. So now I'm taking like a little break in between. I always take a break between sides with this exercise because it's a lot. But a couple more cues. You really want to make sure you engage your core to keep that spine neutral. You want to always push through those heels, which is why I'm not wearing any shoes. It really helps you engage and push through those heels. And lastly, you want to keep that tension in your glutes, which I'm doing by making sure that my working leg is not locking out. As you can see from this side view, that knee bend is staying there the entire time, and that's keeping that tension. Okay, now we're gonna hit my favorite glute exercise of all time, which is KAS Hip Thrusts, especially with the barbell. I have been doing it with the dumbbell for a couple months, so I was really excited to get underneath the barbell for this. So first things first, this is my top set, so I'm hitting it at 185 pounds. I was kind of nervous and very much taking my time, contemplating why I'm even putting myself through this, but as you'll see at the end with the pump that we get, it'll be very much worth it. So yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking, what am I doing? And also I think I just really need to find the perfect song to hit this top set to, and it looks like I found it, and now we're gonna get into it. So when you're picking that weight off the ground, it's very heavy, and so you're going to want to make sure you're pushing through your heels so you don't use your back, and using a scooping motion. Once you have that weight up and you're moving, here are a couple cues for when you're moving that weight. Okay, so again, you're going to be pushing through those heels. You're going to be keeping that chin tucked, which is going to help prevent you from trying to move this weight with your back. Again, you're going to be doing an ice cream scoop motion. I like to think of it as like an ice cream scoop to help push that weight up, and you want to make sure you're locking out at the top. If you're not locking out at the top, you risk using more of your quads and your calves, and we really want to hit our glutes with this exercise. So now we're transitioning back over to the free weights. I'm going to do some RDLs, and I'm going to go over here first. We're going to do the glute RDL because we're hitting glutes today. So with some of these cues, you can see I'm keeping this tension at the top, again, by keeping my knees slightly bent the entire time. Another cue I like to share with people who are just starting to do RDLs, because I know it's kind of difficult, but one way to really make sure that you're using your glutes and keeping your spine neutral is try to pretend like you're trying to close a door with your glutes, and that really should help with your form. Yeah, we're taking a break. I got a bit lightheaded here because we was putting in that work. All right, so now we're going to move into going over the difference between a hamstring RDL and a glute RDL. So here with the hamstring RDL, I've slowed down the movement. A couple things. When you're bending over for the hamstring RDL, as you can see with the line that I drew, you're going to want to hit a perfect line with your spine each rep. If you're going farther than that line, like bending over farther down, then you're going to risk using your lower back, and that's when you start to feel pain. A way to help with this is make sure your bend in the knee is very slight, and also stop going down once you feel that stretch in your hamstring. All right, moving into the glute RDL, The main difference here is going to be the bend. So as you can see, this is more of a 45-degree bend instead of a straight line. You're also going to be sitting back more when you do bend over. You're going to have a deeper bend in that knee in order to engage those glutes. So yeah, I drew the lean forward with the line so you can really see how I'm stopping a lot higher up than when I was doing the hamstring RDL. Okay, one more time, hamstring versus glute. Okay, quick physique check, I guess, mid-workout. I know we all do it. Don't act like y'all don't do it. Okay, we're moving into our last exercise here, which is going to be the Smith machine reverse lunges. You can do these one of two ways. You can do one side at a time, or you can do alternating. I prefer one side at a time, but that's just me. So a couple cues. Again, in order to engage those glutes, you're really going to want to make sure that you're sitting back, and engaging your core really helps with this, and making sure you're keeping that 45-degree angle with your spine. You're also going to remain doing this scooping motion on the way up, versus instead of thinking of like shooting up, you really want to use that scooping motion. This helps to make sure that you are using your glutes and not your quads in order to move the weight. And then lastly, you want to make sure you're keeping that 90-degree angle with your knee parallel to the ground. All right, y'all, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to put sets and reps in the description below in case you want to try this workout on your own. Let me know if this was helpful. If it was, go ahead and give it a like so I know to make more videos like this.